Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Kayla.
Hey, Kiana. Hey, Asima. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Chappelle. Hey, Asima. Welcome. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Chappelle.
Found this on the web for Hey Sherry, Hey Chappelle.
My MacBook just picked up everything. My apologies. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Ambry. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those who don't know me, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial service strategist. Welcome, Christina. See, Mr. Lee is joining us on Zoom. Welcome, welcome. And I'm a financial service strategist. I am the owner and operator of Nala Solutions. And what I do is teach small business owners on how to make 100K in 90 days using my Power program. And I wanted to come tonight. This is the second night of our webinar. So if you guys were on the webinar last night, drop some ones in the chat. If you're streaming on Facebook as well, in my Nala Solutions group for small business owners, drop some ones in the chat. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Welcome, welcome. So last night we talked about foundation. So it was about foundation. It was about building a strong foundation for your business. We discussed how you have to build a strong foundation in order to be successful as an entrepreneur and as a small business owner. So tonight we're going to talk about structuring your business correctly. And before we get into structuring, I'm going to give you guys a little story about myself to explain why this topic is so important to me. So at one point, I was a small business owner as well, just like a lot of you guys who are on the call tonight. And I was not familiar with business structure whatsoever. Now, if that foundation isn't properly done and that structure isn't correct, your business will definitely fall. And I don't want you guys to be in the same boat, in the same situation I was in. A lot of these companies teach you how to get a bag, like I stated earlier in this webinar, but not how to maintain and keep that bag. And my promise to you guys is not for you guys to not to be in the same situation, in the same boat that I was in personally as a small business owner. And when I looked up structure, of course, you know, I always try to do my research before I come to you guys. So I want to come to you guys with accurate and efficient and correct information. But there's nothing new under the sun. Let's just start there. There's nothing new under the sun. I saw a quote by Warren Buffett. It says it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. So you want to make sure your structure and your foundation is correct with your business, because eventually that small business will be a big business. And when I say small business, if you're new to my platform, that means anyone who's making under 500K. That's what we consider a small business, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be millionaires here. And I want to make sure I get you to that millionaire status. But we can't get there unless you know how to do it the right way and you know how to do it correctly. So tonight we'll go over 5 steps on how to make sure that structure is put up correctly in that home. We already have our foundation laid. We laid that foundation yesterday, but now it's time to make sure that structure is done properly. Let me see here 1 second. Other people are entering the Zoom. Another quote I actually came across was in the Bible. It says, "For no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid. If anyone builds on this foundation using gold, silver, costly stones, wood, hay, or straw, their work will be shown on what it is, because the day will bring it light. It will be revealed with fire, and fire will test the quality of that person's work." So if your structure isn't built with good quality material, your business will not last long. If you know anything about statistics, most business don't last more than 2 or 3 years. And it's not because people don't have a passion for their business, they don't want their business to grow. It's because that we weren't taught how to make sure it's set up properly. So I'm going to give you these steps tonight, so that way you'll know how to make sure the business is in fact set up properly. Now, the first one is understanding what the different business structures are. Now, there are sole proprietorships, which a lot of people are sole proprietors. That means you're working under your social security number, or you may have went to the IRS website and got an EIN number, which is free. So if somebody try to charge you for an EIN, please don't let them do that to you. EIN numbers are free. There are a lot of websites that try to charge you for EIN numbers, and don't let anyone do that to you guys. That information is actually free. So if you're a sole proprietor, you're working under your social or that EIN number. But where the difference comes in at, there's no separation between you and the business. So if someone were to sue you or come after your assets, they can take everything from you. They can take your home, they can take any assets like vehicles, anything that you have, they can sue and take from you and your business, because there is no separation between the person and the business. You're one and the same, even with an EIN number. I have many people come to me and say, "Oh, I have an EIN number and a DBA," which means doing business as. That's fine, that's perfect, but you're not protecting yourself as a small business owner. So without that protection, you definitely can be sued. So we don't want that to happen, as a small business owner. The next step will be LLCs, which of course my company offers LLC structure as well, but it's more to it than just LLCs. People think because they have an LLC that they get tax write-offs. That is not true. You're still actually a sole proprietor, but now you've separated yourself, your business and entity from each other. So you're still going to pay that 15.3% in tax liability if you're an LLC. But now if someone were to come after your business, then they will only be able to sue your business. So if your business is abcbusiness.com, they can only sue whatever you have in your business account with abc.com. Now, remember, yesterday we went over separation of business banking and personal banking. So because we already discussed that, you already know you don't have your personal assets in your business account. So they'll only be able to sue that business if you have an LLC. Another type of business structure is partnerships. You can go in business as a partner with someone. And you can do that by just simply writing on a piece of paper, "We're going to be business partners, 50-50, 7-30. And that's a legally binding document, legally. So make sure you know who you're going into business with, because that is a legal document. It doesn't even have to be done with the state that you reside in. If you do it with the state, that's fine and perfect, but it doesn't have to be done with the state. Once you get to a certain level in your business, once again, structure, you want to make sure it's structured correctly. If you have an LLC and you're making over, I personally recommend 50 to 60K, you want to go to an S Corp. Okay, an S Corp. So that way the way your business is taxed is a little bit differently. But if you don't know these things, you don't have this knowledge, and you're just jumping into LLCs because someone told you to get an LLC, or you just working under your social or that EIN number, you're not benefiting yourself as a business owner, because you don't have that separation of business from you. So you need to make sure you personally evaluate the type of business you have before you select which type of business structure you want to go into. So we talked, like I stated yesterday, about niching down. So now you know who you're marketing to. You know how to look at your demographics. You know who your clientele is. You know everyone isn't your client. As much as you would love to market to the masses, you know everyone isn't your client. But now you know that you have to not only niche down, when you take it to the next step and structure your business, you need to be able to pick the correct business structure. So that is the first step in structuring your business, is making sure that you pick the correct business structure for your business as a whole. 1 second, I have to mute someone. All right, thank you. The second step, number 2, is navigating the complexity. And this challenge is more so towards tax professionals. So I do have a lot of tax professionals in the business, in the group, but this applies to any small business owner. So the second step is navigating the complexity of your tax business. So knowing how to navigate your business correctly. So if your business is structured correctly, you have that business bank account, you have that bookkeeper, you have to make sure not only are you providing the correct services to your client, you are abiding by those rules. So do you have proper record keeping? There are different apps you can use for proper record keeping. Like there's apps called Wave that you can connect to your bank account, and it kind of does the profit and loss for you. If you can't afford a bookkeeper at this time, there's different payroll apps you can use, ADP, Gusto, QuickBooks, and there are different bookkeeping apps. So you have to make sure, as a small business owner in this space, especially minorities, we have all of our ducks in a row. Like I stated, they are targeting minorities when it comes to taxes, and they're buckling down on us. So we want to be the example that we're leading to be for our clients. So make sure you are paying yourself payroll taxes. You're using a payroll company to be able to do your payroll taxes. And this is if you're making an astronomical amount of money. Like I said, over 50K. If you're just starting off, it's okay to do an owner's draw, but you have to make sure you're taking the money from your business bank account to your personal account. You want to make sure you're paying yourself and you have that proper record keeping, which is your payroll. And you're actually contacting whoever your state that you're residing, because some states have state taxes, some do not. You know, I lived in Nevada for the majority of my life. Nevada doesn't have state taxes, but I still had to contact the state of Nevada once I became a business owner. Now I'm in the state of Georgia. Georgia does have state taxes. So if you're a business owner, you want to contact the labor board in that state. You want to contact the Secretary of State to make sure all of your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed when it comes to running your business correctly. So you don't want to be in a situation, where you don't have everything lined up correctly and your business is failing because that structure isn't done properly. Like I said, a lot of times we don't know these things, and it's not because we're intentional about this. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Denise. It's not because we're not intentional about this, but it's just because if you don't know, you know how they say, you know better, you do better. And I want to make sure that all the small business owners in my group, they are actually doing what they can do to protect themselves as business owners, because we don't want the state or the federal government coming after us because we didn't pay the proper taxes. A lot of companies work for, people who give us 1099s, which is fine. But keep in mind, those 1099s, you haven't paid any taxes on that money. I have a lot of people in the tax space, along with myself, who make 6 figures easy in the first 90 days of the year. And when I tell you they are broke by June or July, and it's because it's a seasonal type of job. So you want to put yourself in position where you say, hey, I made 60, 70,000. There's people living off less than that. But say you made 60,000 for the year. You don't want to go out and splurge and buy this, that, this, and any other. If you have payroll set up, pay yourself weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly. If you go through a payroll company, like I personally use ADP, they take out the Medicare taxes, the Social Security taxes, which those two come up to that 15.3%. They take those taxes out so I don't have to worry about it at the end of the year. Who wants a tax bill of $50,000, $60,000? And you're putting your livelihood at jeopardy. Because if you're a tax professional, the first thing they ask you every year, are you compliant with your taxes? If you're not compliant with your own taxes, you can't make money. So make it make sense. You have to make sure that you're compliant with your own taxes. So always, no matter what you do, whether it's life insurance, taxes, credit, anything financial industry, even if you have a physical product, make sure that you have the proper record keeping. So reiterating again, step number 1 is making sure you pick the correct business structure based on your structure. Hey, Olivia. Number 2 was navigating the complexities of that small business, knowing how to make sure your record keeping and everything is up to par. Step number 3 tonight is going to be the role of credit in this. Now, I know a lot of you guys may be saying, what does credit have to do with, a small business? Don't let these people fool you, okay? You have to have good credit, even if you're building business credit. If your personal credit sucks, if your personal credit is under, I would say, 680, you're not going to get any business credit. I don't care how well you establish your business credit. Your personal credit has to be up to par in order to get business credit. People will sell ice to an Eskimo and say, oh yeah, you'll see it on Facebook all the time. Oh yeah, just pay for this and get business credit and you don't have to use your personal credit. That is a lie. And the truth ain't in them, okay? Don't believe them. You have to have good personal credit in order to establish business credit. And then if you want business credit, it's all a foundation. Keep in mind, it's all structuring. If your business isn't structured properly, you cannot get the business credit, meaning your business name is a good business name. They're a high-risk business name. Marijuana industry, pornography industry, financial industry is one. Your business name has to be vague enough, but still tell a story to be able for you to get good business credit. If your business name has financial in it, mine did as well. I'm right hand up because I didn't know any better. You're killing yourself automatically. You're chopping your legs off from the beginning. You're chopping your legs off from the beginning. So I don't want you guys to repeat the same thing I had to do. I had to go back and fix everything from scratch. So I'm putting you guys in a position where, hey, this is what I need to do to make sure my foundation and my business is structured properly. Also, as well as business credit, once you have that established, it makes you be able to leverage your business. Say you want a brick and mortar, you're able to get that because your business credit now is established. Now your business looks more credible on paper because your business credit is established and your personal credit is established. You can have $1 million. I don't care how well your business is doing. You can have $1 million, and if your credit sucks, they're not gonna, because it's all about rapport and relationship. If they can't gauge how you are as a business owner, they will not give you any business credit. They will not give you any personal credit. So if your personal credit is not up to par, your business credit is not up to par, you will not be able to scale and grow your business. And that's the third step for tonight of the 5 on business structure, personal credit. It says it sounds far-fetched, but trust and believe. If you have currently have a small business right now, work on your personal credit. If you have any questions, definitely contact me at joinkayla.com. I can assist you with personal credit as well, but it has to be done. Step number 4 is setting up your business legally and efficiently. So, like I said, a lot of people just get DBAs and EIN numbers. You have to have a legit LLC. Even if you don't do S Corp or a corporation, you have to have something. You have to have something on paper. It has to be legal. Hey, Jaleisha, and once it's set up correctly, you have to make sure you maintain it, because people will sell you a dream. They would say, get a LLC and get this and get that, but they don't tell you how to maintain these LLCs. Next thing you know, you owe the state wherever you live $1,500, $2,000 because you didn't renew your LLC. You didn't submit your articles of incorporation. You didn't submit your documentation. So make sure if you do currently have some type of business structure, whether it's a partnership, LLC, etc. Hey, Virginia, make sure that you are up to par and you're making sure that your business is still upstanding with the state that you reside in. If you have an LLC currently, and you're not a sole proprietor, drop some money bags in the chat, because I know it's some people on here making some money, but we have to make sure we maintain and we keep that money. And I'm in the business to make sure that we all are maintaining and keeping that money tonight and even in the future. So if you have an LLC or an S Corp or a corporation or a nonprofit, drop some 3 in the chat so that way I'll know I'm not speaking to myself, because I've been there. I got my first LLC before I started offering LLCs to my client. I had an LLC and didn't know what to do with it. Only thing I knew was, I post on social media. I have an LLC. I have a business. I'm a boss. No, far from it. I had no payroll set up. I had no business structure. I didn't know the first thing about business. And there's nothing wrong with it, because we all been there. We all been there. But we want to make sure we're maintaining and keeping our business. My second year of having my LLC, I owe Nevada $150 just because I was late by a week. So make sure you're maintaining, and that's step number 4 in this process. And last but not least, because I don't want to hold you guys long, I do appreciate your time and you guys tuning in tonight, is leveraging the resources to continue to scale and grow your business. So we have a community here. We're all here together. We all do different things, so if you have other people that's in, other small business owners, making sure you're leveraging your network. Your network is literally your network. Now, I know you guys heard it before, but from personal experience, I didn't know anything about business prior to 5 years ago. I just knew education and school. And that's what I was taught. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I did what my mother and my grandmother told me to do: get a good education, get a government job, so on and so forth. So I had it made. Some of us don't even know we have a problem until you actually get in it. Once my eyes were open, I said, wow, so much more out here, but my limited belief system stopped me from being able to reach 6 figures, reach 7 figures. And once you reach it for the first time, it's so easy to do it again. It's so easy to do again. Even Donald Trump, and I'm not into politics, but he's a perfect example. He was a billionaire, lost it all, and got it back because his mindset was, I can easily make it again. But until your mind is there, you'll never be able to get there. So what I'm saying all of that to say is leverage your network. I literally was offended when I first got into network marketing, because my upline who introduced me to taxes and credit, she was like, oh, you can have 1 million degrees and that's not going to get you nothing. So me, with the 1 million degrees, I was like, excuse me, what are you talking about? But now as time progressed, now I understand what she's saying, because knowing other people in the same industry or different industries that you can network with, they will be able to help you become more successful as business owner. It may be some things you may not do, and I can refer this person to someone else. You don't do credit repair, I can send them to you. Oh, you don't do bookkeeping, I can send them to you. Oh, you don't do life insurance, I can send them to you. Olivia said, that's why I'm so glad I'm not rushing my business, because I need to learn all of this. Absolutely, Olivia, because people rush it all the time just to say, oh, I got this, I got that, X, Y, and Z. It's not about that, because you don't want your business to fall. We're not going to be in that 80-90% percentile of people who businesses are failing because of lack of knowledge. When I first came up with my business name, Knowledge Solutions, because I just love educating, I love learning, I was like, oh, knowledge is power. That was the farthest from the truth. Knowledge is not power unless it's applied. Once you apply the knowledge that you have, then it becomes power. I could talk to you guys all day long till I'm blue in the face. But if you don't apply anything that is said, you're not going to grow. Now I find myself, listening to self-development books, getting mentorship, et cetera, in order to grow myself as a person. I'm my only competition. And I wanted to make sure that I'm sharing the things that I have learned with you guys, so that way you'll know. Like this, it may sound, some of this stuff may even be basic to some, but to others it's not. So there's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing at all whatsoever, because a lot of us didn't have anyone that we can come to ask these questions to. I know I personally didn't. So I wanted to be able to create this community so that way you have someone that you can seek information from. Even if you schedule a consultation, you decide to get one-on-one coaching, group coaching, etc. I'm robbing you of the opportunity to say, I didn't have anybody to teach me this. See, that was me, but I'm robbing you tonight of that opportunity to say, I couldn't go to anyone. I had no one I can go to say, to teach me how to be a business owner in the space, especially as a minority and an entrepreneur. So recapping the 5 steps is understanding the different business structures, sole proprietorship, partnerships, LLCs, corporations, etc. So you pick a business structure that's going to be beneficial to you, especially tax-wise. We're thinking long run, okay? We're playing chess tonight. We're not playing checkers. Hey, Sparkle. The next thing is navigating the complexities of having a small business, learning how to make sure your business is not only structured properly, but you're keeping good records. And that is the hard part. It's very tedious. Okay, and for those who, like I said, don't have anyone that does, that needs a bookkeeper, needs to clean up, definitely contact me at joinkayla.com. I can assist you with that. Me and my business partners, this is what we specialize in. Number 3, credit repair. Don't believe the hype. You need good credit to grow and scale your business. Even if you have business credit, you need good personal credit. So make sure you're taking care of your personal credit by any means necessary. Number 4 is setting your business up efficiently and making sure you're staying on top of your business. There was a lot of 3s I seen dropped in the chat and in the group. Making sure you're staying on top of your business with the state that you reside in, the Secretary of State. You have your articles of incorporation. You have your certificate of good standing. A lot of people don't even know what that is. Let me see here. I'm trying to write all these jewels down. I understand, Bree. I'm just trying to give you, a couple of recaps because I know it's a lot of information. At the same time, I'll leave the stream in a group for a little while, but eventually it will come down because this is a 3-day challenge and this is day number 2. And last but not least, leveraging the resources that you have. Closed mouth don't get fed. I know you guys heard that before. Definitely reach out to people, even if you don't know them personally. You are only as strong as your network. Always surround yourself with people who you look up to. Even if they're in the same industry, try to duplicate what they do, but put your own personal touch and spin on it, because what's for you is for you. Can't nobody take that from you. Always be authentic in what you do. I hated going live. You hear me? Okay, I was the worst. I was like, they're going to talk about how I talk, and I can't display how many degrees I have. These people going to think I'm stupid. At this point, I don't care because I know it's my due diligence to be able to share the information that I learned and share with others, because if not, I'm going to be held personally responsible and liable for not sharing this information when I had the ability to do so and didn't take advantage of it. Trust and believe, even now, I'm still growing and I'm going to have a testimony outside of this world that's even going to go beyond where I'm at right now. You could just only imagine, because no one never knows what other people are going through outside of social media. Of course, social media going to show you all the glitz and the glam and this and that and the other, but they're not going to show you that they can't pay their rent. They're not going to show you that they waiting, especially as entrepreneurs. You might have 5,000 one day and not see another check for 2 months. They're not going to show you that. They're only going to show you the good things. So I want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up as entrepreneurs properly in this space, okay? So this will conclude, and I'd like someone to thank you guys because you could have been anywhere, but you did come in tonight. This will conclude day number 2. Let me see what we have planned for the last and final day. Let's see here. 3 days. What's for day number 3? So yes, yesterday was Foundations of Growth. Today is the Art of Structuring Your Success. Day number 3 is going to be Mastering Your Tax Business. So this will be specifically for those who are in the tax industry and tax professionals. Make sure you send the Zoom link. I know you guys probably received my email blast. Let's see, can you drop? Oh, somebody dropped the 5. Can you drop the points in the chat? Someone dropped them in there, Bree. If you have other friends that are in the tax industry, make sure you send them the Zoom link, the email blast that you're going to receive tomorrow, because it's going to be good. It's going to be juicy. We're going to wrap it up. Like I said, I don't try to keep you long, but I want to make sure I get you out the most important gems and nuggets so that way you get the gist of what's going on. Okay, so thank you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, I don't know who iPhone 269 is. So inbox me and I can send you the Zoom link. I don't know who it is.
Okay.
It's just iPhone.
That's LaShonda. It's LaShonda. I'm sorry. I don't know why it didn't have my name on there. But
LaShonda. Oh, hey, LaShonda. How you doing?
Hey.
All
Great.
right. I'll inbox it to you. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.